Secrecy is essential to empire. And what I was saying earlier was the United States right now, no doubt, is declining in various ways, but not in intention. And under Obama, as under Bush, we are moving more toward the British system of control of information, which is, after all, the Official Secrets Act, which is a legacy of empire. And that torch is passing. The Republican administration, a Republican House and Senate, if that comes into being in the next month, is almost certain to pass a British-type Official Secrets Act, essentially ending leaks of the sort we've seen over the last 40 years, 60 years, which means that Wikileaks becomes more indispensable than it has been. It becomes the future of unauthorized disclosure. It'll become more and more important to make these disclosures anonymously. And what has to be disclosed? As Julian was saying, honestly, WikiLeaks is not sufficient. What we've seen so far is not what we need. It's only a beginning. It's not the Pentagon Papers, strictly speaking. We still need the Pentagon Papers of Afghanistan and of Iraq on the decision-making and the accountability. But for that matter, the Pentagon Papers were very inadequate too. They weren't the White House papers, the CIA papers. It took us a generation to get most of those, and we haven't had any of it really on the later wars since. So what we need is, the closest to it in a way, are the classified documents that were shown to Bob Woodward for his latest book. So possibly Woodward could contribute to the net all the documents he was shown, top secret. That would come close to being the Pentagon Papers or the White House Papers of Afghanistan, would be very worthwhile. Short of that, one of his researchers could give those documents to WikiLeaks, and that would be very worthwhile. And if not one of his researchers, somebody in the administration should give that type of material to WikiLeaks. Bradley Manning is accused of doing what he could at the field level, at the risk of his life, very admirably. He's a hero, in my opinion, to end this war. He did what he could. What's needed is for people who have access to information that will help us understand this war in a way that will enable us to stop it, to show us what they know with documents. And actually, WikiLeaks offers itself as the best vehicle for their doing that.
Okay, thank you. I think, in fact, what we're going to do now is not run a photo call, which was booked here for simple reasons of time now, because it's gone over quite considerably. But we have a short film produced by WikiLeaks to help to explain some of the technical issues involved in reading the documents. It's a very short film, but might be helpful to you because it comes from a knowledge of those documents directly. It should be. You canceled it.
Yeah.
Oh. So, okay, well, you're not going to see it then.
So this is how to read the data.
That's the one.
Yep.
That's the one.
So that's just the slides. Are we still doing that?
We still have this film, don't we?
Slides. Ingy.
Yeah, the film or not? Sarah?
Do we have the slides? Okay, let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, okay. Sorry, it's going to happen. Sorry.
So, because we are so incredibly overloaded presently, you might not have actually seen this yet, but this is it, warlogs.wikileaks.org. This is a souped up version of what we use for... This is a souped up... This is warlogs.wikileaks.org. It is the interface to explore and analyze these 400,000 classified documents about the war in Iraq. It is a similar interface to what we produced subsequent to our initial release for Afghanistan, but a bit more sophisticated and able to handle many tens of thousands of people simultaneously. So this is the website. You can see automatic graphing of particular elements. You can search by keyword. Here's an example of selecting one of the categories on the side that is produced by the US military. These are types, regions, attacks on type of units, and several other categories that are not produced by us, but they're the internal military categories. By clicking on these, You will see them appear here. These are Boolean, so this is an and. The records must have both of these. Type, criminal event, region, Baghdad. This is multinational division Baghdad. And this is a list of reports with sort of keywords in context. The underscores are redaction. And this is looking a bit further down on the side panel here. So you can see graphs and the number of documents for each one of the numerical fields. So civilians killed, date, host nation killed, host nation wounded, friendly killed, etc. Quite a few of these, very easy to use. Here's an example of going into a particular record. So bodies found in a car in the vicinity of Baghdad. You click on here, expand acronyms, very important, otherwise this is almost completely unreadable. And here it is in red, the things that are expanded in acronyms. Killed in action would have been KIA, died of wounds, DOW. And on the left, the structured data concerning this event. And it will go down a bit. This one's quite interesting here. It's not often used, but this is critical incident reporting. It sometimes will include a field which may cause international media reportage. So actually, if you want international media, something to report, you just hunt on this field and they've done part of the work for you in some cases. Obviously, some units where they are involved themselves in a crime don't like to suggest that they have done so through the use of this field. This is a slightly more interesting one, a full-text search for OGA. Sometimes appears here as a type of unit. OGA stands for Other Government Agency. It's an internal euphemism for the CIA or the Defense Intelligence Agency, typically the CIA. And so you can find these CIA-related records, small arms fire attack on OGA convoy in Baghdad. Expanding the acronyms here, you can see this. Fortunately, the redaction is, in fact, far too heavy, but was necessary to prevent any sort of political attack to distract from the real issue. As time goes by and we work through this material manually, we will be able to decrease the levels of redaction. But in this report, not too bad. It's mainly the names and some specific locations.
Okay, fine.
Yep.
Again.
That's it? Okay, we're done.
Thank you.
You're watching